We are at the Stanley Lake and Almut Ellinghaus Pottery and Sculpture Garden. My name is Almut Ellinghaus. I love to garden. I love to play with dirt. My day job is making sculpture and helping my husband Stanley Lake in his pottery. He is a potter. We are located in Mansonville, Quebec, a very, very small town. Very tricky soil, if there's any soil at all. We have about 20 acres here, mostly wooded, and we have given most of it, the usage to the land trust. We have a land trust in the area. It's in perpetuity to be protected. Yeah, which is nice, very nice to have, yeah. Today is a special day. We have a studio tour where artists and artisans of the area open their homes to have visitors see how they work, see their workspace. And any visitor that I see coming into the garden, they just smile. Because of the artwork, because of the color of the flowers, because of the fountains gurgling, because of the breeze, and just being in nature. And you can see how that it just makes them feel good. Being in the mountains, very close to protected land, we have bears, we have raccoons, we have groundhogs, we have deer. So yes, these are the other challenges of the garden. We are not alone. This is the front of the house. It faces the road, and I have my lovely hostas here. And I'm protecting them with what's called the deer netting. So it's a plastic netting, very simple netting. And it does keep the deer off. They don't seem to like it. This garden, it's an old farm. It's a farm, I believe the house must be from 1820, 1840. My husband Stanley bought the farm in 1974. So there was a garden before me. The first wife, who is a dear friend of mine, she started that about 50 years ago. And I took it over 23 years ago. So the last 23 years I've been at it. The Cranesbill are doing really well on our soil. I guess they maybe like the clay soil or something. The Cranesbill are just going wild. The yellow are called yellow loosestrife, and that's an old garden plant again. It's a challenging garden, but you kind of have to work with what wants to happen, and in the meantime enjoy. At night we make music. We both are musicians. We make jazz at night. So my husband created a jazz festival in the next little village of Sutton, Quebec. But when summer comes, I just have to play with the other dirt. So then it's going outside and I go berserk in the flowers. Digitalis is another plant that likes to reseed itself on its own. It's very difficult to transplant. But when you have disturbed the soil, they're going to go there, they're going to seed and come up. That's what they used to make heart medicine with. I would not try it. But just stunning, these bell flowers are just beautiful. This part of the garden is fairly new. I would say it used to be the slope much higher here. We used to have trees come right up to here. So this is maybe now 10, 15 years. But it's just, it's the south side of the house. So, you want to look out of the window and have a beautiful view. The neighbor came with an excavator and redid the slope, and we cut a lot of trees. Yeah, also because they were way too close to the house. Now with the climate change, we had to make sure that the trees were further away from the house. Climate change up here in Canada has a huge impact. 30 years ago, we had snow going right up to the roof every winter. The last 10 years, we have had barely any snow at all. We have ice rain now in winter, which impacts everything. Forest fires up north, smoke in the air. Then we have a change in the wind pattern. we now get frequent thunderstorms all summer long. So climate change is a serious factor for us, yeah, serious factor. This is my most challenging flower bed because it has been completely taken over by goutweed. I have done a big weeding, but it is there. It can grow very tall. It pushes everything else aside. It travels by the roots, and to get rid of it, the only method is really put a tarp over the whole thing for 2 seasons and start over from scratch, and don't even think of trying to rescue something, because it's gonna, a tiny bit of root and it's gonna start right off again. But I have a lot of nice invasive plants in here. I've got the old daylilies, which are quite hardy. This is a phlox. Just look at the height of the phlox. And it's going to be taller. It's going to be like, you know, I'm 5'2", so it's going to be like this. So this is what I mean. Things grow a different height up here. You have to keep that in mind when you plant things. This is a plant, the yellow plant that a neighbor gave me, another invasive thing. But it's so interesting, the flowers, that I just had to put it there. And this is a fire hydrangea, so this starts at white and turns all the way to deep red. It's absolutely gorgeous in fall, just they're beautiful. The red and the white are just fabulous together. So this is a bush that was here. This came with a house, with a farm. So this must be here since over 100 years, maybe 200, no, not 200, but yeah, getting close to 200 years. But with the bee balm, it's just spectacular. And we have a cedar tree. I put a mask. I felt it needed something. And all these little heads, they just add something, no? They add a little bit of spirit, presence to the area. This is the entrance to the old barn. So there's a lot of gravel and rocks here. There's no soil whatsoever. But I managed to put some phlox in the evening primrose. And it's just a great location for my little ladies here. They are very happy. They like to chatter up here. So here we have another little fountain in my lilies that are going to come up pretty soon. And you just fill it up with water and it's just going to go round and round and round and round. Yeah. It's a natural humidifier. This is my sculpture walk. So this is up a hill, a rocky slope, and I had this idea of putting cedar posts in and putting heads on them. And then we had to cut a lot of trees as well, so I thought, well, what do I do with a tree stump? So I put some nice figures on top. And most of these pieces stay out year-round, so I can just leave them in winter. I don't have to worry about them. And the ferns are just such a gift. They grow on their own and they're just like a carpet all summer. And they regrow, they keep regrowing. So there's always new ferns coming up. You will see this in 5,000 years at this location. You'll wonder, what kind of civilization was this? When I come out in the morning, I just look for color. What flowers are there to greet, to say hello to. And it is such a joy to find a new flower coming up, to talk to, to say hello to. And to see that something has succeeded and come up is just an immense pleasure. I feel I'm in nature's candy store, the best spot possible.
Thank you for watching this episode of Sometime in the Garden. To join in on the conversation, click like and subscribe.